The other question I wanted to ask you is, in terms of the quantity of time, more importantly, the quality of time that non-executive directors have to commit to boardrooms, do you see a difference?
Oh, huge difference. This is one area where I see a huge difference. You know, the involvement and the engagement, and this is not just from one board meeting to another board meeting. You know, that continues in between board meetings. And of course, in the last year and a half, when there are so many more issues to tackle, etc., the demands on board members have actually gone up. And I now begin to realize and appreciate why in the UK as well as in the US, they have this concept of overboarding. You know, till about a year and a half ago, it was 5 boards globally. Well, they reduced it to 4 boards globally, and it makes enormous sense to me because actually the time I spend on on meetings, on preparing for board meetings, on the depth of discussion, on the detail orientation, etc. And this is not doing the executive's role, so don't get me wrong. This is the board doing its role, is very high. And therefore, I think if you have to give quality time to a board, especially to boards which work in domains where you have not operated. I made a conscious decision not to be on the board of another FMCG because I said after 38 years of being in FMCG companies, I want to learn about other domains. But I was also clear about what I could do and what I couldn't do. And that is another reason why the time that is required, again, to be an effective board member is much higher. The demands on your time are much higher, I find, on overseas boards as compared with Indian boards. And that, again, something which we've talked about, also has to do with what gets into the agenda, how the agenda is handled, discussion versus presentation. The role, actually, I believe the chairperson plays in ensuring that the board actually does what the board is supposed to do, which is to lead, to give direction, and not to manage, or worse still, micromanage.